VLOOKUP is a very fantastic function in Excel and even in Google Sheet, but just like every other functions out there, it also has its own limitation. If you use Excel a lot in your businesses or in your company, you will agree with me that VLOOKUP is great. It comes in handy and it does the job when efficiently and effectively used the right way, but it also has lots of delimitation or some of the challenges that comes with it. And you also agree with me if you fall in the category of new users in Excel that VLOOKUP is not a new user friendly function for anyone who is new in the industry. So in this video, I am going to talk about three of the so many challenges that come with VLOOKUP. And today's video is inspired by Sir Egis Adejo. In my last video on VLOOKUP, where I explained how VLOOKUP works and I gave three case scenarios, he said, great video. Just to add, VLOOKUP is no more the most used function due to its limitations. Now I said thank you. That's an interesting view. I will make another video talking about the limitation of VLOOKUP. And if you can see this video, Sir Egis Adejo, this is for you. You inspired this and I say thank you. And guys, if you have any idea that you want to inspire, I'm going to look into it and make the video for everyone to learn. So now let's hop into the number one. Number one is something that is everyone is aware, column restriction in VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP only searches for values from left to right. And now what this means is your lookup value, if I am looking up this value, which is customer ID from this table, my customer ID has to be at the leftmost side of the table array or any range I pick. So at this point, if I choose to choose the entire table, now it's going to return an error because customer ID is not at the beginning. Now let's try it out. Equal to VLOOKUP, and I am looking up for this value from this table. I will pick up the entire range by holding Control Shift arrow right and bottom. Then I will have all my range. Now I want to get the sales. The sales is on the fifth column. So I'll pick it and I want exact match, which is 0. Enter and it returns NA, which is not what we are expecting. But then that's what VLOOKUP is telling you. If you have to use me, then the lookup value column ID has to be at the leftmost side of the table array. But for us, it is not. It is on the second column. So that is why it returned NA. Now let us try this other row. Equal to VLOOKUP, and I will pick this value, comma, and I want to get it from this table. Now instead of order ID, I want to get it from here. So by doing this, what it means is that customer ID becomes the number one column in the table array or in the range I am picking up. So let's do it. Control Shift arrow right and down. Then I have picked what I want. Okay, because I started with customer ID, which is in column 2, that makes my sales to be in column 4. So I will say 4 and I want exact match. Enter. Now it is correct. This value is this. So you can see 1462 and 1462. This is correct. Now you can see the difference between the both of them. VLOOKUP, if you must use me, you need to obey my rule. And what the major one is that the lookup value must be at the beginning of the table you are choosing. That's it. Now let's move to the second challenges that comes with VLOOKUP, and that is exact match by default isn't efficient. Now what really happens here is by default VLOOKUP chooses approximate match over exact match. Now let's go and demonstrate it. I'll go back here and I will pick here. I will come to this fourth argument, which is the range lookup. Now we'll delete it so you will see what we have there. Now you can see this. True stands for approximate match and false stands for exact match. And what does this mean? By default, VLOOKUP will pick true, which is approximate match, when you choose not to explicitly state the particular match you're looking for. Now let's enter it. And as I entered it, it changed the value. It gave us 15.552, which is different from what the response should be for this data. It's supposed to give us 14.62. Instead, it gave us this, which it called the approximate match. But we are not looking for approximate match. We are looking for exact match. That is why explicitly you are supposed to state this. So what we expect is that if we choose not to put it, VLOOKUP should make exact match the default match. That is the behavior we expect, and that is a defect in VLOOKUP. All right, so let's move on to, let's bring it back to where it was, and enter so we can get the right answer, and move on to the third one. And it says VLOOKUP is inflexible with column insertions and deletion. If we come here and go to order table, immediately after column ID, we want to insert a new column. What happens here? Because we have inserted a new column, the position of sales will change. It's no longer fourth as we had. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in other words, it's no longer going to pick up sales for us. Instead, it will pick up category, because we use what we are looking at for is the value in the fourth column, and this is it, fourth column. So that is a big challenge. In fact, as a matter of fact, if I create one more column, it will further move it and give us, instead of the category again, it will give us customer name. And here we go. So this is a huge challenge with VLOOKUP. And let me undo this. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. So that's a very huge challenge with VLOOKUP. One more thing I need to do is to move this customer ID. If I move it, for any reason we decide to move it, or you move it in your business or in your company to a new position, let's go back to our value. Now we have NA. Why? Because it falls back to the first limitation. The customer ID needs to be at the leftmost side of the work we are doing. Even if we move it to the end here, and of course it's going to override that. But when we go to our people's table, you notice that it's going to give us NA. Instead, the first one now worked. Why is it giving us this NA? This is because the function actually takes the range from B1. And because it takes the range from B1, it is no longer seeing this lookup value. That is why it's returning NA. And these are some of the challenges we get. What we should expect normally is, as you move your column, Excel adjusts the range name of this column. VLOOKUP should also automatically do that, or dynamically do that. But that is not the same. And that wraps it up on the 3 limitations that I found from VLOOKUP. If you have any other limitation that it's worth mentioning, please go ahead and drop it on the comment section. Let's look into it. And if you got value from this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Remember to ring the bell icon so that you will be the first to know when I post a new video. Now, to my new subscribers, if this is your first time of visiting my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button. Now, with all these challenges that we saw on VLOOKUP, what is the way forward? This leads us to the next video, which is XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP and index and match tends to solve the challenges that VLOOKUP comes with, and I am looking forward to that. Watch out on this channel for that. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe so that you will be able to get that. Until I see you then, keep analyzing.